TestSprite has evolved all the way to 3.5, and we're going to talk about its all new feature in this particular video. So the first thing that you're going to see the moment you're going to log into TestSprite 3.5 right now is going to be the chat interface as you are seeing over here. So this is like a chat GPT integrated right inside the TestSprite itself. So you can now start asking questions based on the project that you are working with. For instance, if you're going to be choosing any one of the projects, something like this one, and if you want to ask like, what are the passing tests of this particular project? And if you're going to hit enter over here, what it's going to do is right now the actual model that is going to be running inside the TestSprite is going to go and check about the test, understand about the whole execution, and it's going to get you the information right away, like in one single instance over here. So all the chat memories and conversation histories are going to be saved in this particular place. So you can see that I have got a lot of other conversations as well. So you can go and see all of these conversations. So this is pretty cool. So you can ask it to go and run the test if you wanted to, or you can also trigger any specific CI/CD pipeline executions right from the chat interface of TestSprite, which is going to be quite amazing. So you don't even have to deal everything with the UI. Just go and start working with this particular chat feature of TestSprite. This is going to do everything for you. And the nice thing is you can just make it very small, something like this, or you can just completely hide away from this particular screen, and then you can start working with your project like how you do usually. That is the first and most amazing feature that you can see that is available in TestSprite 3.5. The next feature is going to be the new test feature that you're going to be seeing over here. This interface has been changed. The new test suite has got three options right now: the live web test, and the agent and CI via CLI, and local IDE via MCP. So this CI via CLI is something that we have already discussed earlier in our other videos as well, where we can use the power of the TestSprite CLI to run everything in the Cloud Code or the any coding agent like PyCoding agent, and then we can make use of the entire context to be given to the AI agent via the TestSprite, and then you can see all the operations are going to be done for you. So you can go and choose that particular option as well from here, or you can start working with the live web test that you have got. We have discussed about the MCP server live test even before, but there is a change in this particular live web test this time. So the moment you're going to go and hit continue right now, you're going to see that this UI has been tremendously changed as well. So you have got an option to go and choose the name of the project. This is quite usual. So I'm going to say TestSprite 3.5 demo, something like that. And I'm going to go and give the URL of the application, which is going to be the eaapp.somi.com. And I'm going to either choose the username and password over here, like the admin and password as the password, or I can also provision the OTP or one-time password login as well. This is super amazing. So if your application has got an OTP access every time it's going to log in, you're going to get an OTP and then it will be signing in. All these things can now be done right from here itself, which is quite handy. And if you don't have any sign-in as well, you can also configure that one option as well over here. And the final thing is the adding the source. This is something we already had as well. It's not really new, but they have added some new option for the test files as well. So these are the files the agent can attach during the testing, like avatar, resumes, CSV, and all those things, which can be used for the operation of your test agent to do things as well. So I'm going to go and upload the PRD or the product requirement document, and I'm going to upload it over here. You can see that the product requirement documentation is fully uploaded, and there is an optional extra instructions as well. You can give it. If you don't want, you can just leave it as it is, and then you can start creating the project from here on. So the moment you're going to create the project, you can see that the UI has been changed as well over here. Now the AI agent is going to start exploring your application. So you can see that it has found there are many different categories of the applications. So it is like the themes and responsiveness, navigations, search and filtering, authentications, employee management. So it has found all the different categories of your applications and the areas of your application. So it's automatically going to start doing all this operation for you. And because you have already given the admin and password as the password for authentication operation, the agent knows the authentication details. So it's going to log into the app, and then it's going to start doing all the operation for you. So I'm going to let this entire operation to happen, and we'll see what tests are going to be generated right now. And you can see that right now, the TestSprite agents, like 5 agents which are working parallelly to explore this entire application, has found out that these are the modules of the application that needs to be tested. Look at that. Now, the good thing is, this is the visual representation of your entire application, like how this application is going to be working, like what are the public landing navigations and company and profile informations, account access informations, and how the test case is written over here. Like it has got the mind map as well for you. And you can see that there is a workforce dashboard and employee management, and there are 5 sub-use cases as well you can generate as well. So you can see that this is entire details which are coming up just from the product requirement documentation that you have given. But you can now add even more information. To think of giving an access to your GitHub page or maybe GitHub source code, and then you asking it to generate more details. This informations are going to be just bombarded as well. So now that we have got the entire test, you can hit this plan tests over here, and you can see that it's going to start generating the test for you. Just for this particular demonstration purpose, I'm going to be removing all of these. I'm going to just do the one with their company profile and information, like the one with the 2 use cases over here. And you will notice that these test cases are going to be generated for you, and you will see that what is really happening as well. So you can see everything visually, like what's exactly is happening over here. Look at that. So these are the test cases that it has got. And the moment I'm going to hit run all these test cases are going to be executed in parallel. And this is the new change in TestSprite 3.5 as well. Now you can see everything happening visually, and all the AI agents are running parallelly to do this. If you remember earlier in TestSprite, they used to run in sequential order before, but right now they all run in parallel for all these tests, which is quite amazing. This is the new feature of TestSprite 3.5 as well, and this is way more better than the earlier version. That's what the team has really added, this particular feature. And the other thing is, right now you can get a report as well the moment the test execution is fully done. So right now the test is currently happening over here, and once the test execution is fully done, you are going to get a nice report which all the information is going to be contained over there. At the same time, while this test execution is happening, you can also go to the chat over here, and then you can choose the specific project that you wanted to talk with and start asking question as well. So you're going to click this new chat over here, and then you can choose the project that you want to work with, which is the TestSprite 3.5 demo over here. And then you can ask questions from here as well. This is going to give more context, which is quite amazing. So all of these are the new features of TestSprite 3.5, apart from the other features that the team has introduced. Some of the other features that they have introduced in the 3.5 is the GitHub action connectivity as well. So you can go and add the repository of this particular project, which is the EA app 2.0, which is this one. You can go and add the particular repository over here. The moment you're going to add it and enable this one, it is going to go and connect all the tests with your repository. And the moment there is going to be a pull request on this particular repository, these tests are going to be triggered for you automatically within the TestSprite environment as well. So you're going to see all the tests running for that particular execution or for that particular pull request that you have got. So this is another feature. We already talked about the GitHub integration. That's the reason why I'm really not going to be covering it in this particular video. And this is also more streamlined in version 3.5. And apart from that, you also have got the ability to start working with the members in the workspace setting. So this is a new feature the team has introduced. So what this members is going to be is that you can create a team workspace here, and then you can assign members to have access to a specific part of your project, and then you can let them to start using your project or managing your project from there on. So if your team are living in different part of the world and you want to give them access to that particular project, you can also give that, and then you can start working from there as well. So this way you can see that 2 members can work on this particular project together. And the neat thing is that both the members can work in parallel, same time, and they can achieve the exact same result and they can see the exact same report like how you are seeing as well. This is quite another neat feature that the team has introduced. And these are the new features that the team has introduced and the test execution has completed. So if I'm going to go and see the report over here, you can see that we have got another entirely detailed report. You can also run the test run, like how the test execution has really happened. So you can run this and you see that this UI also has been overhauled and modified this time, which is pretty amazing. You have got a nice report showing all the videos as well. And finally, before I close this particular video, I also want to show you one neat feature that the team has introduced as well is the environment feature, which actually lets you give a specific authentication to a specific environment. For instance, the same application will have access in different environments as well. So the same application will have different URLs for the staging environment or development environment or pre-prod environment. So you can give the name here, give the particular URL and give different authentication for the particular URL. And then you can add some custom variables as well if you want to pass it over. And then once you create it, so based on that specific environment that you have got, the tests are going to be executed for that particular URL and for that particular authentication. So that's it, guys. These are the new features that the team has introduced in TestSprite 3.5, and this is quite amazing. Let me know, what do you think about the new features of TestSprite and what do you use the most? Once again, thank you so much for watching this video. Catch you in the next one.